to be fair, we don't even we don't even have an answer to straight bowlers in our regional competition. So the spin would just totally mess us up.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Ultra Edge, the series on Wick for TV, where we dissect, look at, point to, look forward to cricket in the West Indies. So, once again, with me today, I have the one and only Ezra MacGyver Hines. I will be going through day one and day two of the first test West Indies versus South Africa. Welcome, Eddie. Great to see you again. New series, same problems.
Well, it's
Ezra, you know how it is. So that's the best you could come with after 2 days of beating. Have all your comments disappeared?
nah, it is what it is. And as we analyze the days, the 2 days, I think we will realize where we're going wrong. And I would say I don't know. The show didn't come off yesterday, probably because we were in shock.
Yeah,
With a
that
little
was a shot
too
to our
much.
technical systems.
Yeah, so we were prepping for the show all along, and then that carnage. There wasn't really anything that you could say or defend. So
Well, let's get straight to it. Let's say or defend it today. Day two, dealing with day one and day two. So let's start with the toss, Ezra. So on winning the toss, the think tank of the West Indies team, because it's no longer just the captain's decision anymore. Let's be honest with ourselves. The think tank of the West Indies team thought it appropriate to go and bat after turning down batting on some flat wickets earlier in the year in Antigua. They decided that this was the time where they should go and bat on a wicket that usually or has favored recently pace bowling against possibly one of the top pace bowling attacks in world cricket, in Test cricket currently. The decision was made to bat. What do you think, Ezzy?
Stacey and King put it best. The decision is made, right? And actually, that's one big plus for the series so far. The discovery of Stacey and King and her commentary is really refreshing. Now, the way I look at it, we have two spinners in, technically four if you want to call Blackwood and Craig, additionals.
I know you like to
All,
call every
all,
spinner,
all them
every slow
bowling.
bowler is a
Yeah,
spinner for you, Ezra, capable of bowling down teams.
yeah, but all of them bowling the same action, taking the ball the same way. But at the end of the day, you have two spinners in, and part of the decision to bat first would have been one, having that in the back of your mind, and then two, having a little confidence after producing against Bangladesh and then producing against Sri Lanka. Just having the confidence to go there on your own, in your own pasture and perform. But sadly, it wasn't to be.
All right, so you're agreeing with her that the performance was lacking. So let's look day one, the batting in general. We can pretty much summarize now because the innings is finished. We ended the second innings already. So any standouts for you or any lowlights for you in that batting?
There's nothing to stand out in the batting. The batting hold a top scoring with 20. Shea getting a 15. I don't even want to call 15 a start. And that's real.
Right. So let's move on quickly from
Yeah,
that then.
yeah.
Any
What
particular
I would say though, the low light for sure would have to be Kyle Mears and how he gave it away. There's no way that he had just gotten pinged on the pad, reviewed last minute, and the ball was shown to be missing like stump. And you would think that after getting away with that he would then put his head down, next ball up in the air, back foot, nothing shot. Like it was just a,
absolutely
so
nothing in that shot? Not sure what he was trying to do there, but I think his second innings maybe pointed to what he was trying to do there. But we'll get to that in a second. So no real highlights, plenty of lowlights in that batting performance. So now on to the bowling in day one. So we had our guy leading the attack. Kimar Roach took an early wicket. Then we had the debutant with the performance in that first inning. So summarize that bowling performance for us, Ezra. Anything that stood up for you? Any highlights? Any lowlights?
before you get to the bowling performance, you have to talk about the team selection because the fact
Oh, you
that
want to go that far back?
Yeah, because well, the bowling performance stem from team selection. The the choice to go with Seals versus Alzari, I would say that Seal is very lucky to be gifted a cat, and I Alzari for me, the same sort of situation where he was rushed into the team early and he hasn't produced. Luckily, Seals has produced straight away
He
from.
looked dangerous to me, Ezra.
Well,
Especially in the morning spell on day two.
yeah, this second spell, I was seeing some serious movement away, and if he can then do the classic Kimara Roach, well, Malcolm Marshall, Kimara Roach, 1-2, two away, and then one coming back, he will be a handful. But then again, one first class match, they have not seen any footage of him. It's basically the same Fidel Edwards effect again. So capitalize on it while it's there, and then we'll
While
have
it's
to see
there
yeah, if
for
he,
people
you know,
work out
if,
what he was.
right. So we'll have to see if he is figured out or if he's just a quality bowler. But hats off to him. He did what he was supposed to, and you can't fault the youngster.
All right. So the team selection, then we have the day one performance. So back to the bowling question. What was the standout of that first innings, West Indies in the field for you? Who stood out? And then what was the low light?
Again, Seals is the one that stood out. I would say also Holder is showing how the quality he is so far
He's
in the game.
important to the team.
Yeah, he's critical, with both bat and ball. The the other thing I would say that is not a highlight or low light, but is of interest because first ball of the game and Bonner got hit on the badge on the helmet, and then Powell having to come in. And interestingly enough, Powell opened with Brathwaite in the second innings instead of Hope. All along, Hope has been set up for that opening position for the last 2 years since he left. So it's been very interesting seeing that transition. And it's telling me that if Powell is in the team, that Hope will not be the opener. So that's a really interesting dynamic going on there and going forward.
All right. So the fielding performance, then we are back out there again, giving up a mammoth lead, a huge performance by the cock coming in, showing his quality really. He's the standout batsman to me, as I expected him to be, given the pedigree I think he has. So he was head, shoulders, feet, toes above everyone else. So we gave up a massive lead, Ezra. Second innings performance in the batting. We can already have some lowlights already. What do you think about it so far? Second innings performance. We're going 4 wickets down.
Again, mirrors, 9 balls, 3 fours, 12 runs, and caught. Why are we getting caught so much and being caught behind the arc? Why? What is happening with our batsmen and our deficiencies? No, I have said before that I find it very strange that we try to play cricket all over the world, but we don't invite anybody to play cricket with us. And I think that that is part of the problem for West Indies cricket right now. You have bowlers of quality. Every time we meet bowlers of quality at home, we are being dismantled. Why can't RPCL open up a bit and give some of these players who might be retired
Some foreign
players?
players.
Yeah, I understand. Like someone raised the point that no, serious players are not going to come here to play for 1,500 a match. But I think that we could sweeten the pie enough that it might not be the marquee players, but like I told people in Shield cricket and county cricket, there are guys who are quality with both bat and ball that can would come to the Caribbean for those sums and would, soak up some sun, sea, and sand and assist us because we clearly need help and we are.
On that point, I mean, I've seen some Afghanistan young cricketers who would give serious trouble in our
Yeah,
regional competitions. Some of
exactly.
those spin bowlers,
Especially
for
spin.
examples.
Correct,
Uh,
especially the spin. I mean,
yeah,
to
some
be fair,
quality leg spinners.
right, but to be fair, we don't even we don't even have an answer to straight bowlers in our regional competition. So the spin would just totally mess us up. Uh,
Right,
but
right, right.
but yeah, instead of just opening up, from the weaker the USA and Canada, a couple of those guys have been in our competition, but we really need to start looking at some more mainstream countries. Ireland and same South Africa, they're guys who will come to the Caribbean if invited and add to
Take
our
part in our tournament and add to the competitive nature of it.
yeah.
So,
And we need to get past this thing about it will leave out one of our youngsters because we're just giving youngsters a play for giving youngsters a play. See,
they
it's
they
making
need to
them
compete. They need to work for that play.
exactly
On that point, as you answered you asked the question, so I want to jump in here and see if we can answer it. You said why are so many of our batsmen being out caught? Remember, Coach Kurt in the forum made the point about positioning in relation to fast bowling. Where is the front foot? A lot of the guys get squared up. I think is a real hangover from the series where they got worked over England with that short ball. It's like they're very tentative to come forward, so sticking on the back foot, and then the other foot comes around, so they end up both shoulders facing the bowler, just in case they get one whizzing past the head. I mean, we've had two batsmen struck in the head already on the helmet. One with the concussion, and then Powell was struck today. I mean, the fast bowling and the technique towards playing fast bowling is lacking severely. What are your thoughts on that, Ezra?
right. Everything you said is 100% correct, and it stems from the fact that we're still not having quality coming through. We are having the raw talent, but we're not having honed skills coming through, and that's why we're being undone.
Exposed at this
It
level.
really needs to be looked at, and I think you need to take the pride out of it and realize when you need help.
Well, you know my favorite saying that we're a subcontinent team in denial and have been for some
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
I should recognize where our batsmen score are a lot more comfortable
Yeah,
on what kind of wickets, and it's definitely not the wicket that's in St. Lucia with quality bowling like
right.
Norkia and Rabada.
And
So
with
on now
that
we're on there.
and with that said, right, and with that said, the I've been allowing for two spinners to be played in our team, and two quality spinners. And some people might not call Chase a quality spinner, but I think what he has like 3 or 4 or 5 wicket hauls or something like that.
Well, more than Joseph does, so that we could just pretty
Exactly.
much.
So
Yeah.
I think that he's not a Carl Hooper. He's not a lollipop bowler as Boycott will call him. So
Hey, hey, hey.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
So,
want I don't want the hate mail coming into Whitford TV.
right.
Um, mm,
So I think we finally have two spinners in the same site. But what's disappointing is that I saw you made a comment on the forum saying that we are missing a pacer, and I absolutely disagree with that because we have Holder, Roach, and Searles. We have the medium in Mears, and then we have two spinners. That's a good bowling attack. And the fact that we can get a team that was out on top for 322, that is basically a par score. I think that's actually below par, for a pitch like that. So if we
below
had
par for that pitch. Wow.
well,
Okay.
yeah. If we had gotten South Africa bowled out on the first day or day in a session for 322, we would be saying it's about par, and we would have confidence to go in there and to probably put on 50, 60 runs on top of that total, and then bring our spinners back to have a fair shot or a fair crack at the whip. But the problem
Correct.
is
I
our
understand what you're saying there.
yeah, so we're not having a situation where our spinners are able to shine in the second innings,
Well, I
and
have an even better idea. I would have played both tests in Dominica, shoved in our two spinners and back chase Hope, and there's a technique against spin to be better than Elgar's, better than the Petersons
yeah,
technique against spin, and see if we could win two tests that way. I think that's where our advantage lies, but obviously, the
subcontinent team in
historical
the
and the
ground.
heritage disagrees with
Yeah,
that way of thinking these days. All right,
subcontinent.
Ezra.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
winding down now, predictions for the next day. I was about to say days, but I do not think this test is going to last beyond day 3. So prediction for tomorrow.
Well, that's the prediction right there. The is one of these things where you hope to be pleasantly surprised, and even if we are surprised, the they're not going to put on like any more than 100 runs or something like that. And day 3, early on day 4, the most you'll probably have a result. And
Yeah.
it is what it is. Cricket, they always say the game of glorious uncertainty. So you might have a situation where, who knows, we might look off those runs and then, South Africa fold for whatever reason. Um, but it has not been attractive cricket. It's not been good cricket on our part. And if we manage to pull a rabbit out of a hat, I don't think that we could feel confident or happy about how our team has gone ahead after the anticipation and the build up of sheer hope coming back to just be undone by basically a straight ball.
Yeah, it's always been
It's like,
getting
yeah.
undone of late. And I'm sure we'll refer to that in the post-match Ultra Edge. So thank you for joining me, Ezra. We'll come meet again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have more company on tomorrow for day 3. My prediction is that we'll be wrapped up before tea. So look out for Ultra Edge tomorrow. Once again, on the dot, and I had along with me Ezzy MacGyver Hines, who's currently no captain. So we'll be talking about some of his results and his how his team is going over there. So thank you so much for joining me, Ezra. This is Vic for TV, Ultra Edge.